What's up, beautiful people, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal and this is Bond Book Reviews, and today we're back for another round of PickPong. It is another year of PickPong. I am so excited. Of course, in August there will be PickPongathon, so keep an eye out for that. But because it is a new year, I figured I would sit down and re-explain how PickPong works for anyone who's new here, or for anyone who hasn't seen some of the changes that happened last year. So I will have a timestamp down below that you can jump to if you want to just dive right in and you're already aware with how the game runs. But this is just going to be kind of a recap on how it works and the rule changes that have happened in the last 12 months. And then we'll dive on in. So PickPong is my monthly TBR game that I play every month to determine books I am going to be reading. It is based on beer pong. So you throw ping pong balls into cups. Each cup has a corresponding prompt on the bottom, and whatever cup it lands in is the prompt that I have to fulfill. If I happen to land in the same cup twice, then I can combine the two prompts that were landed on for one book. So effectively, instead of having to read two books, I get to read one for being skilled enough to get it in the same cup twice. I get punishments and rewards based on the colored dots on the bottom of the prompt. So some prompts will give me a reward and some will give me punishments. Some rewards may include -1 miss, -1 book, mood read, things like that. Punishments may include blind throw, backwards throw, Anthony throw, those kind of things. Once I have missed 5 times, that is not in a row, 5 times equivocally across the game, I have to add an additional book. And I have decided in the year of 2023 that I will be capping it at 2 punishment books. So a total of 10 misses. After that, I will stop counting my misses and hope that I don't end up with too many more. I'm doing this because I don't want to end up with an unrealistic TBR. And in the year of 2023, I am starting a new job. I will obviously have a young child, and it is not realistic for me to be reading thousands and thousands of books each month. So I still will be doing my 5 throws that I have to get. And then if I miss 5 times, I will add another one, and 5 times I'll add another one, for a total maximum of 7 books for the month. You guys probably think this isn't fair capping it, but the good news is you guys will also be able to cap it when you do PickPongathon later in the year, should you choose to do the throwing method. You don't have to cap it, but you can choose to do so. And I thought that was really fair, considering I was allowing you guys to do that, to allow myself to do that. Now, before we dive on in, I do have a couple of reads that I do need to get on my TBR this month. Hannah from Hannah Blackwell is running a book club, and for the month of January, the book is The Wolf of Orenyaro. She has kindly asked me to be a co-host for the month, so I do need to read this one. The live show will be in the beginning of February, so I have all January to read this, but I do want to get it done fairly early, and it's The Wolf of Orenyaro. I know nothing about this. I just know that it was the book, and Anthony was kind enough to see it on my wish list and knew that I needed to read it, so he gifted it for me for Christmas. So that one I have to get on there because I have to read it regardless. And my January Buzz Wordathon TBR book that I want to try and get on here, that is also on my 23 books to 2023, is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagara, because we're going to start the year off crying because I am a stickler for punishment. So they're the 2 that I need to get on here. Let's hope I can get some prompts to allow that to happen. If not, they're going to be mandatory reads regardless. So let's dive on in and see what prompts I end up with. Okay, throw number 1. And miss number 1. Throw number 2 is a success. Let's see what my first book is. So it was any, which means I get to pick any book that I like, but there is a punishment on it, so I have to take a punishment. And my punishment is step back, which means I have to take a step back until I am successful at getting a throw. Throw number 1, we ended up with any and a punishment. So for this, I was smart and I chose A Little Life by Hanya Yanagara. And we will replace that prompt with, there's 2 there, blind. Book number 2. And we got Crystal Pick. I don't want to get my hopes up. This is going well. For throw number 2, we ended up with Crystal's Pick. And for this, I'm participating in the Whodunnit-a-thon. And there was a book on this list that I was of hopefuls that I thought I was going to really struggle to get a prompt for. So I thought that I should put it on at this stage. I know I probably could have put the one that I need to read from a book club buddy read, but I just thought, no. So I went with For the Wolf by Hannah Witten. And we will replace that with YA fantasy. Book number 3, I can step back to my usual place. And I've ended up in the same cup as my first row, so I now have to combine those prompts together, which was any and this. So I guess it's going to be any, whatever this is, which may not be as kind as what I originally had. Any blind pick. So I have my 23 books for 2023, my need to finish TBRs from previous PickPongs, and my self-destruct books all on my TBR card. So I will go blindly pick from there and see what we end up with. For throw number 3, as you saw, we got blind. I'll insert some footage of me blindly picking a book here. I'm gonna do my blind pick now, and the camera is just where it is, so we're gonna go for it. And I have my 23 books I want to read for 2023, my self-destruct books, and my books that I need to finish. I'm gonna like kind of do what Spoops does and like spin myself around, but I don't have room in here to spin the card around because there's kids' toys all behind me right now because the baby's been on the floor. So we're just gonna spin and see what happens. Okay. Moth. That's what we're gonna do. So yes, we got Me Moth, which conveniently is on my list of hopefuls for Whodunnit Readathon, so it works out really well. I had a general idea of where this was in my cart, so I mean, I kind of maybe cheated, but I was blind the whole time. But I knew where to reach. So me being spun around didn't really kind of affect that too much. And our blind pick does have a reward on it, so let's see what our reward is. Mood read, which means that I can replace any of the books on this TBR that I've already picked or any that I pick moving forward and replace it with a mood read. And we will replace that prompt with matching initials, and then we will mix all the cups up, because if I hit a cup twice in a row, then I mix the cups up, so there's no possibility of me hitting a third time. All right, let's go for book number 4. For book number 4, we got buddy read. So this will be convenient, I guess. I'm sure I will be doing a buddy read of some kind this month. Pick a book that I want to read, and I'm sure someone will want to read it with me. So yeah, we'll see what I decide to read, and we'll do it as a buddy read. For throw number 4, we got buddy read. And for this, worked out really well for me to finally get The Wolf of Orenyaro on here, which I need to buddy read for the book club for the thing that I am co-hosting for. And we will replace that prompt with TBR Vet, and it has a reward on. Time for our 5th and final book. Lucky I mixed those cups up because we got the middle one now, which is Face. I think I have an idea for this one. And as you saw, throw number 5, we got Face, which I need, the final book that I need to read to complete Whodunnit is Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. Now this gentleman does technically have a face, but just in case you guys don't count that, I'm gonna use this as my mood read reward that I got from throw number 3, blind. So it still counts even if you don't classify that as a face on a book cover. So there you have it. They are the 5 books that I will be reading for PickPong in the month of January. And the 3 books that I will be reading for Whodunnit are For the Wolf, Moth, and Hush Hush, which will help me complete all 6, 2 rooms, 2 people, and 2 weapons. So wish me luck. I mean, they're not too bad. I'm nervous for a little life, I'm not gonna lie. Me Moth I can probably read in one day. I have the audio book for these 2, and I'm so keen for this. And Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading has told me that I will love it. So, I mean, I'm excited. This is a good way to start January. I'm hoping I start with some 5-star reads in here, because last year was absolutely atrocious for 5-star reads. So if I can start my year strong, that'd be great. And I also got my Whodunnit book on here as well, which I'm really happy with. So, and I think 1, 2, 3 of these are from my 23 books in 2023. So I'm doing pretty well at that as well. Yes, PickPong was kind to me. I hope you guys are having a lovely new year. Have a great weekend. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And my social medias are all down below if you want to go and follow me on other platforms. Until next time, guys, have a great weekend and happy reading. Bye.